I told Baizad, and Baizad was like, he took a pause for a second, and he's like, I said, so now what? So am I going to be replaced? And he said, no. Are you trying to tell me that cops don't get pregnant? Like female cops, they also have personal life. And I was shocked because these are a bunch of boys.
Thanks very much, Neha, for being with me here. About 10 years ago, talking about motherhood, having babies, and being so public about it was not a film industry thing. They did everything to hide marriages, everything to hide pregnancies, and it's come around. What do you think has changed?
When I started off, it was in 2002, 2003. 2002 was when I became Miss India, and 2003 is when I got into the movies. Now, when you talk about motherhood, even then, when I've been around, there's been like, I'll tell you what's synonymous in our business: motherhood, sabbatical, comeback. And that's not how it should be. It's not how it should be. And I've just played a role in a film called A Thursday, and that's one of the reasons why we're also having this conversation, is because what ended up happening was that I was hired as an actor to play a cop, and I wasn't pregnant. And we did one day of work, I think in November 2020 or December 2020, and then Feb, and then the lockdown happened. I wasn't aware that I was pregnant, and 5 months later I came back and I spoke to my director. By then, I had reached out to 2-3 other people who I was working with, and I got fired from those jobs because physically, on contract, they wanted me to look a certain way. Did it hurt? Yes, it hurt. Did I feel bad about it? I did feel bad about it, but did they do anything wrong? No, because they hired me in a certain look, so they couldn't. I told Baizad, and Baizad was like, he took a pause for a second, and he's like, I said, so now what? So am I going to be replaced? And he said, no. Are you trying to tell me that cops don't get pregnant? Like female cops, they also have personal life. And I was shocked because these are a bunch of boys. Being cast as 8 months pregnant when you are 8 months pregnant has not happened in the business before.
The fact that they are showing a cop pregnant and they have not made you do this as an artificial effort, it goes to show that there is possibility of changing the way we do our entertainment, right? And you're right. I mean, that, you're paving the way. It also speaks volumes about the person who took this decision.
I was just coming to tell you that. It's about Baizad, who's our director. And you would think that, okay, it's women supporting women in the business, which also happens. And then, but let's not forget this man. He's not even he doesn't even have children. He's not a father. He's not married. He's not thinking in that direction. But it's great. And I promise you, it wasn't easy for me. I was 8 months pregnant, and, we were shooting in rain. I still remember we restarted our schedule in July, and we finished around the first week of September when I was 36 weeks pregnant. And and there was a point where I was not going back to my trailer because the steps are so high, I couldn't climb. So once I would go in the morning, and then I would not be able to climb that big step that you have to enter a trailer, or I was wearing shoes which were broke, so they had laces, and by the end of it, I couldn't tie my shoelaces. I would give them to, I would stretch my leg and someone would tie my shoelaces, or, because we were shooting in the rain, sometimes I was walking around with wet patches, and he was cute. He didn't know much. And he's like, oh my God, is your water broken? And I'm like, no, it's the rain. And that's why I have wet patches. So don't worry. I did take advantage of it once in a while, where I was like, I can't do this and I have to go and my back is hurting. And everyone's like, okay, hurry up. I'm like, finish my parts first. What if, there's a continuity jump, and what if, the baby arrives early? Those things, of course. But, to backtrack and to on a more serious note, to see how the industry is changed. The difference between my daughter and my son, who's 4 months old, my daughter's not even 3.5, is about little less than 3 years. Now, when I was pregnant with Meher, I had to create work for myself. But now during Gurik's time, our son, who's 4 months old, I got hired as a pregnant person. So I feel like the industry's changed even in these 3 years.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any videos by us.